What's going on with Ilya?
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, he's talking to the Dons, trying to get approval.
Yeah, well, he spoke to me at the
go
cemetery, and then apparently you said something about him joining the North or some shit.
What does that mean? He said, what did he say?
He said apparently you guys had like a 2-hour conversation, and he said that you implied or some shit about, you know, you should go join the North, and he had a meetings with the Dons about it, and then the Dons started saying some crazy, oh, I don't approve of this, but if Flying does it, I'm gonna bring back Stevie, I'm gonna bring back this guy, I'm gonna bring back that guy.
What do you say? What he said that? I didn't say any of that.
Not verbatim. Well, you didn't say all of that. You said a part of that, and then he had a meeting with the Dons, who said the rest of that.
Well, I know that he wants. I mean, let's be honest, like you know, you want him in the North. He wants to go to the North, and I think he was asking for permission.
This is something you gotta understand, okay? It doesn't matter what I want. It doesn't matter what is right. It doesn't matter. What matters is how your Dons are gonna twist this all. You understand?
Sure.
And it's already being twisted that if I even consider bringing Ilya to the North, which I would love to, right? So I don't believe it should have ever been blotted out.
I understand.
They're going to start going and reaching out to actual treasonists to come back to the Cypress fold, and I'm never going to be the catalyst that allows that. That's what they told Ilya.
They would never do that.
Yeah, but that's what they told him. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether they actually do it or not. The action does not matter. But they said that they would. That is the important part here.
I find it hard to believe that they said that. Now,
why the f would Ilya lie about that? If Ilya wouldn't tell me that, because that kills any chance of him coming to the North. Do you understand that? So why would he say that? Why would he fabricate that if that would kill any chance of him coming to the North, which is what he clearly wants?
I know that's what he clearly wants, but I don't think he would make it up. Sure, but every time I have a conversation with him,
okay, you gotta understand
I talk to him, right, and then I talk to Lush and Harry, and they're like, "This is what happened. This is how the conversation went with Ilya." And I'm like, I didn't say any of that shit.
Okay, but you gotta understand.
I don't know if he's just telling people what they want to hear.
No, you gotta understand something. I told Ilya that the only way I would ever consider him joining the North is if the South Dons thought it was their idea, because I'm not going to be the guy or the catalyst or the reason the South starts welcoming everybody back. Okay, so based on that information, he would never come to me and say those things on a lie, because those very things that he just said killed any chance of that ever happening. The thing that he so clearly wants. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So he's not going to go and make that up.
I can tell you that he went about it the wrong way then, because he did not come off as.
Yeah, but you weren't. You weren't at this meeting with the Dons, were you? No. Yeah. So this is the meeting that he had a meeting with them, or he had a meeting. I think he had a separate meeting. He had a separate meeting with the Roosh, and Roosh said, "Oh, I don't approve of what." He said, "You should go to the North. I don't approve it." Then something about, "Oh, but I'll bring Stevie back," or some shit. Then I asked about that. Thought Steve. Then I said, "Isn't Stevie dead?" And Ilya's like, "Yeah, that's what I said to Arush." And Arush said that he would fish him out of water. That is literally something Arush would say.
Speedy would never. He would never actually do that.
It doesn't matter what he would do. That is literally something that he would say. And then he said he spoke to Harry, and then Harry, I don't know. So Harry is just so disconnected. Apparently, is the vibe I got from it. And then he said he spoke to Luciano. And I mean, that's the person that's just being said.
I can see that. That's the best way. What you said to Ilya is.
Are you being lied to? Because I'm confused how you're so surprised.
I'm not being lied to. I'm not being lied to. I think what I'm trying to say is, Ilya did not make it seem like you weren't involved. Does that make sense? You telling him, "Hey, the only way that this is going to work is if you convince them that it's their idea." I don't think he did a good job of that, personally.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
I think the cat was out of the bag.
I don't care if he did a good job at that or not. It doesn't matter, right? I'm talking about, you said that he's lying about that. That's not something he would need to lie about. It doesn't help him to lie about that. What would help him to lie about is if they said that and then he tells me that they never said that.
Oh no, I believe that about Arush. I thought you were mentioning about Lush and Harry, but I believe Arush said that. Didn't mean it, but I agree. He probably did say it.
He definitely meant it. He definitely meant it. Listen, Clark, look.
There's no way he'd bring him back.
It's not a matter whether he would bring him back or not, brother. It's just the same situation I'm in. I would love to bring Ilya back. I'm never gonna do it, but I would love to do it though, brother. It's the same exact situation. No, I'm not gonna do it I'm not gonna do it because you and your fucking Southern Dons are very, very petty people, brother. You don't think I understand the angle being played here? You think I'm dumb as fuck?
I don't think you're dumb, Lang.
You don't think I understand the angle being played here, brother? You don't think I understand the side you're on? You think I'm dumb as fuck? I don't understand why you even are going to attempt to push for this. I'm not gonna be the guy that does it, brother. Ilya's dead. You killed him. You're gonna live with that.
I know.
I'm not gonna save the day and tank all the bullshit that comes with it.
Yeah. We can agree on that.
Now, he doesn't know that yet. Now I'm gonna let him know that tomorrow. I told him I'm gonna sleep on it, you know, and just pretend that I'm giving a fuck to think about it. The reality is, like this game you guys are playing with Ilya and trying to get me to get him in the north or whatever the fuck it is you guys are doing, it's just not gonna work. And I'm not gonna be the guy that tanks all the bullshit narratives you guys are gonna spin up that comes with it. Just not.
I'm sure some people will try to spin a narrative, Lang, but I
Okay,
can tell
brother,
you, I would never go out of my way
Come on.
to make
You think
one.
I'm a dumb fuck, brother? Come on.
But like, do you care? Like, would you care?
Yes, of course I care.
Why?
Because you listen. Okay, there's a lot of things I don't care about, and there are specific things that I care about. Okay, and being the catalyst of a principle being changed is not something I'm going to be ever on behalf of you and your dons. You understand that?
I understand that.
You guys going, oh, hey guys, we're gonna bring back Coco because Lang did this, so this has changed now. I'm not gonna do that for you guys. I'm not.
We would never do that, but I understand the thought.
Right? Yeah, I'm sure you wouldn't, but that's just never happened. Now, do not tell Ilya because I'm gonna tell myself.
I won't.
All right. You killed him. His death is on your conscience because the minute I tell Ilya this is done, we're probably gonna find him at the bottom of a fucking building or the bottom of a fucking in the waters. God knows where he's gonna be. Is he gonna take that life?
We had a conversation and he took out the bullet I handed him when we made him.
What is this mind games you're doing with this motherfucker? You gave him the bullet and said you didn't fail me as an enforcer? Like, what the fuck is that?
Well, he didn't. Technically,
yeah, but what the fuck is that, brother? You blunted his ass out.
That's right. I'm not trying to do mind games, Lang. I'm trying to navigate this as well.
Oh, that's like me, like, brother. What you did, like you are fucking with this guy. It doesn't make any sense what you're doing.
It's too fucking late. It's too fucking late. Might as well be honest with the guy.
Yeah, but I don't think you're being honest.
Wait, why?
Because you wanted the guy out.
Okay. Speedy blooded out Loco. Speedy fucking loved Loco.
It doesn't matter.
I can admit when I make my mistakes, no problem. But it still fucking happened.
Yeah, but
like you said at the split, Lang.
Listen. You got to stop being like that. This is what I hate about you being in the South. You are learning too much from a bunch of fucking imbeciles. Okay, this whole thing that the Dons do, where they blanket every situation as one thing, so they use it to justify it to act in every other way and act the same exact way, when it's very particular context that can change the situation, is ridiculous. And you need to stop doing that.
I'm not trying to blanket
you are becoming as dumb as your leaders, brother, and it's sad to watch in real time.
Come on, don't say that.
I say that with as much respect as I can to you, Clark, but you are.
Come on.
Because to stand there and try to compare Loco to Ilya is exactly what Harry, Luciano, and Arush would do, almost to the T, exactly. There's context to everything, brother.
The only part I'm referencing is the fact that I like the guy, I love the guy, but what's done is done. Now, it's not for the same reason. I'm not blanketing the same reason, obviously. It's two completely different people, two completely different situations, circumstances, all of it. But I'm saying my relationship with Ilya was very close, just like Speedy's was with Loco. That's all I'm referencing. I'm not blanketing anything else.
I understand that, right? And
that was my point.
That, but you see, it's like me standing here and being like, I go and I kill you, or I go and I blood you out and you survive, right? Mm-hmm. And I go to Arush and I go, oh, yeah, I love Clark. But I'm not going to turn around and be like, hey, Clark,
sure,
you didn't fail me, brother. I'm never going to tell you that because what's done is done, brother. Doing that to Ilya, like, it even confused the fuck out of me. Why the fuck you giving the enforcer bullet back, bitch? It makes no sense.
Well, because if he's going to survive under you, then why the fuck would I kill him?
He's going
to
parade around being like, oh, I'm getting back in. I'm getting back. It's like y'all hyping him up to something that's not happening.
That is not what happened. We had a 2-hour fucking combo. I gave him the fucking bullet back. And I said, I hope it works out. I fucking hope it works out. Now, sure, maybe that's more fucking mind games in your eyes. It's not mind games. I hope it works out for the guy. I don't want the fucking guy to die. That's just the truth. Is that me being a shit leader? Maybe not put my foot down and You know, maybe. Fuck it. It is what it is. But I'm not killing him right then and there if he has an opportunity to live under you.
Oh, he had an opportunity, right? But your Southern Dons are just so thick-headed, stubborn, and petty that they killed it. They killed it when they immediately tried to spin the narrative almost instantaneously without even me knowing that this was a possibility, or even this conversation in the meeting with these Dons was happening. They already immediately tried to push a narrative almost instantaneously, brother.
Like, you didn't know they were chatting?
No fucking idea.
Come on, Lang.
Come on, what? I had no fucking idea, brother.
You had no idea that he was going to try to talk to me.
The last thing I told Ilya is if there's any hope of you coming to the north, you got to make everybody else think it was their idea. Because I'm not getting involved in this shit. I told him to call me when it happens. They called me this morning while I was throwing a funeral for Edgar, and he said, listen, I spoke to the Dons, we got to chat. I said, okay, we'll chat after the funeral.
Mm-hmm.
Edgar's dead, by the way.
I barely fucking know.
Yeah, and then he came to the fucking cemetery and told me the whole thing. But I already knew this was going to happen. I knew exactly the way the Dons were going to spin this.
I'm just going to tell you what Ilya told me. Towards the end of this 2-hour combo, he said something along the lines of, Lang said I had to ask for permission. Now, I kept that information myself, so that the Dons would have a clear mind.
So he's just taking he's taking what I said in a different way, though. Sure. I told him it has to be their idea. So in his mind, he probably thinks that has to be permission.
And I kept that shit to myself.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Listen. None of that matters, right? Because I told Ilya, if there's ever a possibility of this even happening, it has to be the South's idea. He probably took that and said, okay, that means I have to ask for permission. So he probably then went and had a meeting with you and said, okay, this is what Lang said.
Hey, I believe that. You know, you tell him one thing and then he understands it 3 different ways.
Exactly.
I believe that.
That's likely what happened. I'm such a good liar, Jen. It's scary.
Okay, then never mind.
Right.
That makes sense.
So then he had a meeting with you and said, okay, this, that, and the third. And then he went and had a meeting with the Dons. And then when I'm back from the weekend, he fucking calls me and says, okay, this is what happened. But you gotta understand, even when I told him that why do you think I said it had to be their idea? Why do you think I said that? Because I knew that if it wasn't their idea, what were they gonna do? They were going to spin a giant fucking narrative that throws it back on me. Mm-hmm. And according to Ilya, right, within the 30 seconds of his conversation with Arush, that already started happening. That's why I stayed away from the whole situation. That's why I've kind of just been leading Ilya on, because I know exactly what the Southern Dons are going to do the minute the opportunity came to fruition. Right? Which is why.
How do you think it could have worked?
No, brother, I knew from the beginning it was never going to work. The only way it was going to work was what we and Martin told you that day down in Cyprus when we talked.
Yeah.
Was a potential full split. That's the only way that could work, is then I could turn around and be like, listen, we're not Cyprus anymore. It'll come back.
Yeah. Doesn't matter. Tradition's off, yeah.
Yeah, tradition's off. But right now, we're still connected in some ways, right? So I can't just go and be like, oh, this Don blooded this guy out. Fuck it, I'm bringing him back in. I could never do that, brother. That's why I told him it has to be their idea. But at the same time, telling him that, I knew exactly what they were going to do.
It was worth a shot, but yeah, I get it.
It's just a shot in the dark. Now, they did exactly what I expected them to do and started to put this narrative. So now Ilya's out. He's fully out. When I'm let him know tomorrow, God knows where he's going to end up. But that's what's happening.
Poor guy.
Yeah, but this is what I don't understand, his fucking reaction. Jesus, poor guy. You caused this.
Come on, Lang. I still like the guy.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. See, you're going through a similar thing that Arush went through, right? Like there's lines that can't be crossed, brother, right? Mm-hmm. And you crossed that line with Ilya, so it doesn't matter that you still like the guy. Like that line was crossed, brother. You made
he crossed the line as well. I completely agree.
He never crossed that line, though. He never crossed that line with you. Because if he did, he would have been killed a long time ago. You got to stop lying to yourself, brother. With all due respect, okay? Like he's never crossed out. That was your relationship with Ilya, just like how your relationship with Ilya is very similar to your relationship with Apple or Zeke. Okay, you guys argue a lot. It's the same exact relationship I had with Arush. We argue a lot. We go at it. We're still boys. We're gonna have each other's back. He's gonna say some wild ass shit to me. I'm gonna say some wild ass shit to him. I might hit him with my car. He might pull his gun, but we're never gonna cross that line. That never got crossed. All of a sudden, Arush lost his fucking marbles. Crossed that line, brother. And that's when it changes everything. They just got to admit that's exactly the sort of treatment that Ilya got. And that's why, you seem so regretful of it, brother. Even though you don't admit that you're regretful, all signs point to you being very regretful of what you did. But what's done is done. I'm not going to override the word of another Don. That's not tradition. And I told him to take a shot in the dark, and he took a shot in the dark, and he missed. That's just life.
Yeah. No, I mean, unfortunately, you're right.
Now, you need to stop being as dumb as your fucking Dons, brother. For the love of God. You were way too smart to be this narrow-minded. Truthfully.
What should I do differently? What is it?
You should rise above your fucking leaders, brother. And stop just doing what you think they want you to do.
I don't think I'm doing things.
You are, though. Listen,
for you
listen,
or
listen.
for them.
There was no way. There's no way in a world, okay, of me knowing you, there was no way I ever thought you would have been okay with getting shot at by a group of people, and then the next day being ordered to go and do a job with those group of people that just try to kill you. Then while doing that job, they are mocking you the entire time. So why you, as an underboss, even ever allow that to happen, where you could put your foot down and prevent an entire thing from happening, blew my mind. That's what I'm talking about. You need to rise above these fucking idiots allowing that shit to happen down in the South.
I fucking hated the fact that happened. I think we're past that now. I think
of course we're past it. I'm definitely bringing skeletons out of a closet. Don't get me wrong, but it's just an example, right?
Sure. No, it's a good example. It showed fucking weakness.
Anyways, I gotta go to another meeting, so I gotta make this part quick. But either way, yeah, rise above your dumbass fucking leaders, please, for the love of God. Stop fucking listening to every single thing they said, because everything that Ilya did pertaining to not being a pussy was correct. I'm sorry, it just was, brother. If you got shot by Bob, and the next day I order you to go do a job with Bob, the entire time Bob is mocking you for fucking shooting you down and fucking with you, I hope then you leave that fucking job and come kill me immediately for being a pussy.
Like, I've already agreed with you on this point so many times.
Right, but it's not.
We have zeroed in on this. That's the vibe, point. But I agree.
We'll see if it changes. I hope the God it'll change, brother. But we'll see. Either way.
I get your point, though.
All that conversation is irrelevant to why I called you here.
What's going on?
The only reason I called you is because I know you've wanted this for a long time. I'm breaking Cassie out of jail.
Yes.
I'm making a crew to do it. This crew's gonna speak to nobody else about it, not even their fucking Dons. And we're gonna get this thing done. All right?
Why can't we talk to Dons about it?
The reason, the fact that you're even trying to question this right now makes me want to fucking shoot you in the head. You understand that? You're gonna talk to nobody about it, or you get back on your fucking dirt bike and you just drive away. If you want to be involved, that's the terms.
Of course, I want to be involved. I'm trying to help. I've been trying to do this for a minute.
There's no question, brother. There's no fucking question. You understand me?
No questions. Understood.
No one is gonna know about it. We're the expendables. All right, this is an expendable crew right here I'm putting together. We get the job done and it's over. That's it.
Understood. I'm in.
And she's joining the north, so don't try any bullshit.
She's going to the north.
Yes, that's non-negotiable. It's already happening. Everything's already in motion.
She would love the South.
Oh, she wouldn't.
She would love Cyprus in general. Look, I love Cassie. All right. She's fucking strong.
Yeah, she's a strong leader. She's a bad bitch, and she don't take shit from nobody. Horrible person to join the South.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but I just want to clarify one thing that is the exact opposite of what the South is.
I don't know why we keep thinking that. Maybe a few months ago.
I don't know why you keep saying this when every action leads to that conclusion. Either way, look, we don't have to argue over this. All right, this job has nothing to do with Cyprus. It's Clark and Lang doing the job. You understand? We're not gonna bring up Cyprus. This has nothing to do with Cyprus. I'm putting a crew together to break somebody out of jail that needs to be out of jail.
I'm 100% on board.
All right. And you're gonna tell nobody when you leave here.
Understood. You just let me know. I'll be ready.
Give you a call tomorrow. Once more people are around and once the crew is made, we can all meet up and talk about it.
You got it.